Hello everyone and welcome to today's YouTube video. Today I'm going to be trying out Lilsimsie's Chicken Shell Challenge. Now I'm not new to Shell Challenge, I've tried many, but this one's a little different. It's only one story, it's quite small, and it looks fairly easy. The roofing looks like it could be hard, and there's a couple little outlier pieces like this little wall here and this little sticky out bit. Like I feel like they're going to be quite hard to figure out, but I'm going to give it my best, and yeah, let's get in. So I think I'm going to start off with the roofing because I anticipate that to be the hardest part. So I'm going to start with a gabled roof here. I feel like it's always easiest to start with pieces that look quite obvious. So I'm going to start there. And I think I'm going to add another gabled roof to this section here. I think that could work. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do a porch in the section here. A nice like wraparound porch. I think that could be really right. So I'm happy with the house so far, but I think I want this side here to be the front instead of the way it's facing. I think I want this kind of section here to be the front. So I wasn't exactly happy how the front of the house looks, so I fiddled around with it a bit and just kind of changed the roofing a bit more and kind of changed the porches. You'll remember it was out a bit wider here, but I decided to pull it back a bit and kind of change the roofing. Obviously I haven't touched the walls or anything because that's against the rules of the challenge. So yeah, I'm gonna go around now and add some columns to the places it needs and to the corners of some of the walls. Right, so I've placed all my columns now, so I'm gonna raise up the house on a bit of a foundation because I think that would really suit it. So just like quite a high one, but I think that looks quite nice. And I'm gonna add some fences around the porches as well now. There's this one fence that I really like using. I think it's quite pretty. This one here, I think it's really nice. I like the way it isn't on the ground, like it just seems to be floating. I don't know, I just think it looks really nice, and I think it really suits kind of porches as well. So I'm just going to add that to all the places it needs to go. So I have this kind of awkward piece here where the roof is, and my initial instinct was to add a chimney like by drawing a wall, but obviously I can't do that because it's a shell challenge. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a half wall to draw a chimney, which is allowed in the challenge. And so I'm just going to use a half wall to draw a little chimney here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a chimney and I'm going to raise it up and kind of put it in that spot there. A bit like that. So I've decided to go with the orange, I think. I don't remember the last time I've ever made an orange build, so I think it's good for a change anyways, and I think it could think it definitely is quite cute. And since it doesn't really match the red brick here, I'm just going to change this to a more grey brick, and I'm going to paint this half wall the matching grey brick to match so it looks like a chimney. Now it's time to add windows, and I'm thinking shutters for some reason. Like the base game ones, I feel like that could be nice. I quite like that. Right, I'm going to put windows on my house now, so just in the places I think are quite nice. I think I'm going to put the door there, and I don't want to completely place the windows yet because I have to see what the floor plan will look like and see where I should put them, but just for the moment I'm just going to place them temporarily. Now I need to add the front door. I think I'm going to use this front door here because it matches these windows quite well, and I can also, if I want, I can add like a coloured front door, which I think is quite fun. I'm not sure if I will in this case, so the blue could look quite nice with brown. I think I'm going to try the brown, and I can get it to match the wooden deck. So I just have to try find a brown swatch that will match this now. So I think I'm going to go landscape now. I'm going to do this off camera, so I'll see you again when I'm finished landscaping. Right, so I've just finished the landscaping there. This is what it's looking like at the moment. So here's the front, there's a little pond, and around the back there's just like a little back garden, nothing too fancy. Just I want the landscaping to look really like lush and natural and just very kind of grown out, and I think it looks really nice, and I kind of went for like lots of yellow flowers, like sunflowers. I think it's looking really pretty so far. I also went ahead and did the floor plan because I knew it would take me ages. Now it's quite small rooms, I'm just realizing now, but I managed to fit in 2 bedrooms. This is the kind of kids' room or the smaller room. This will be the parents' room, and then they have a little ensuite bathroom. This is just the hall bath here, and then there's a small little deck for the parents in here. I think this here is going to be the dining room. This here is the kitchen, and this here is the living room. I actually think I'm just going to bring out the living room by 1 square to give it just that bit more space. And I might even do the same to the kitchen because I feel like the dining room needs the least space. So I think if I can probably do something with this one by one. I can probably just give it to this kid's room here. Put a dresser in there or something. So this is what the floor plan is looking at the moment. And also there's this little 1x2 little section here, and I'm not exactly sure what to do with it, but I'm hoping I'll come up with something shortly. So I think we should get to furnishing. Right, I'm going to move on to the living room now, so I have to try figure out a way for to fit in all that I need to fit in. So this is kind of throwing a loop in my design. Maybe I can add the door from the outside, and I can have it as like a little storage cupboard, like a couple of gardening supplies or something. That could actually be an idea. I think I prefer that actually, and it gives this wall clear so I can put a couch up against it now. So I think I'm going to use the yellow swatch since I use so many yellow flowers outside. I think it kind of brings them in. And I'm also going to use the matching armchairs as well. I quite like that rug. I think that fits quite nicely. Let's see if there's any good swatches on it. Oh, that's a nice swatch. I think I'll use that in here. I'm not going to add a huge TV in. I think I'm just going to add this one here, but I want to alt place it so it's kind of tilted to the side because I feel like that's a lot more realistic than having the TV just like straight in the middle of the table. I think I'm going to add this wallpaper in. It's so pretty, and it has these like little floral designs on the wall, but it's really faint so you can hardly see it, and I feel like it kind of links the like really like natural and lush looking garden and all the flowers and stuff from the outside and kind of brings it inside. And there's a lot of kind of like flowery accents in this room, and I actually really like the way it looks. Now obviously this is a very closed off floor plan, and I really wouldn't do such a closed off floor plan in all my houses, but I feel like it really fits this house because it does seem like it would be an older style of house and it wouldn't have the most open and flowing floor plan. So this is the way the living room has turned out. I actually really like it. It's such a like pretty color scheme with the yellow couches, and I actually really love this like console table. I don't think I've ever seen it before, but I love like the cream legs on it with the wooden top. I think it looks really pretty. So I'm really happy with this room. So time to move on to the next one. So there was a quick change of plan. I decided that this room wasn't big enough for a dining room, so instead I decided to make a combined kitchen and dining over here and just make this into the entry room, which is kind of a waste of space, but too late now. I've already furnished the living room. I can't really swap around everything. So I think this is just going to be here as the entrance kind of hallway, and this is going to be like a shared kitchening and dining, which is going to be really small. So now it's time to move into the kitchen. So I think I'm going to make it slightly like a galley style kitchen because I don't really have that much space. I think I'm going to kind of put it about here. So as you can see, this kitchen is really small. So I will fit everything I need in it, but I think it will definitely be a struggle to decorate it while still making it functional. I'm definitely going to add some upper cabinets. So I'm just using this trick here where you place the thing that you want to be on the counter, and then you scoot the counter back a small bit, and then you can drag this to the spot you want it to be on at the counter, and it won't slot, and it will stay at the right height. So I kind of want to put this more in this spot here. So And as you can see now, it's in the spot I want it to be at. I'm going to do the same here with this. So I think I'm going to mostly stick with this kind of plain wallpaper. But behind the kitchen, I think I'm going to add a tile backsplash. Because it's just more practical, like, in real life. Because, like, you'd be able to clean it if you got it dirty. So I like adding those realistic details into my Sims houses. I'm just going to use it on these two walls here, and I think I'll leave the wallpaper in all the rest of the spaces. So I found this really cute rug from Seasons, which I honestly kind of forgot existed, but I think it kind of works perfectly just down the center of the kitchen as a cute little runner, so I'm definitely going to use that. Also, I think I want to add a plant to this counter here, so I think this one here would be very cute. And I'm going to see now if there's any little details I could put on the wall, like a range hood. I think I'm going to put a range hood above the oven. So now it's time to move on to the dining room. So it's only quite small, it's on a little dining corner, but I think it's quite cute. I really like this table that Harry made for the CC pack, so I'm going to try use that in here. And try find a swatch that kind of matches those counters well. Doesn't look like there's going to be an exact swatch, so I think I'm going to use this one here because it's close enough. And I like the way it has like the white legs on the table. It matches with the chairs, I think. I'm going to use this painting here because it ties into the yellow flowers from outside, so I think I'm just going to add this. I'm going to add it over here, I think. So I use this green rug here, and I think it kind of ties in the green from the other rug, and it isn't too patterned, so that it isn't too overpowering. So I'm just going to add a little like coat rack just right here, just for anyone who's going out the back door. So time to move on to this entrance room here, which I do realize is a huge waste of space, but I'm going to try furnish it to the best of my abilities. So kind of this type of thing I think would work well here. Now I just have to find a good swatch. I'm going to add this chicken because it is Simsie's chicken shell, so I feel like I have to add it in. So I'm going to add this right here. So that's perfect. I think this room here is done. I think I'm going to go for this kind of purpley swatch in this room. I think it looks quite nice, and I really love that deep kind of plum kind of color. I think I'm going to use this dresser here from Base Game as well. I think I'm going to use this rug here from Discovery University because I think it matches really well. I'm just going to add this under the bed here. And I think I'm going to add a lamp to this table here. I'm not really sure which lamp I'm going to use. I really like the one from Seasons. I think it's my like favorite lamp in the game, really. It's just such a good shape, and it has so many nice swatches as well. So I'm gonna see if I can get a kind of purpley color, and if I can. I quite like that one, but it's a lot of pattern with the rug, so I think I'm gonna see if I can get one plain one. I think that one there is perfect. So I'm just gonna paint the whole room with this plain kind of grey swatch, and I think I'm going to use that same wallpaper but in a darker swatch behind the bed, the headboard of the bed, to add a bit of contrast, and I think that matches well with the bedspread. So I think I'm finished with this master bedroom here, and I really like the way it looks. So I think I'm gonna just quickly move on to their little like private patio section, which I think is so cute. I think it's one of the best details of this house, and it just happened because of this little wall that Lilsimsie included. So what I'm gonna do, I think, is I'm gonna put a bench out here. So I'm just gonna use, I think, one of the candles from I think I'm gonna use this one here from Laundry Day because I think it's quite pretty. Nice big candle. And I don't think there's much more I can add out here. Maybe just a patio light so it can be lit up a bit more, because I don't think the candle will do a good job of lighting it up all the way. I may have to size it down because there isn't that much space for it. So I think I am now done with the master bedroom and the little master balcony. So I think we have to move on to the last room in the house, which is the kids' room, and then I just need to furnish the porches, and then I'm done. I don't think I'm going to make this room specifically for a kid. I just want it to be a guest single room. So I think I'm just going to use this bed here. Because, and I'm not going to put toys in it or anything. I think it just could be for any sim who lives with, whoever lives just for any sim. It could be grandmother, it could be like a child, it could be a teenager. I don't want to furnish it for like any specific sim. So I think I'm going to use this bed here with the blue flowers on it, which are really pretty. I really like this bed. It kind of reminds me of cherry blossom, like blue. Just going to use a bedside table, and I'll just use a little lamp as well. I don't think I'm going to use the seasons ones again. As much as I love the seasons one, I think I'm going to swap it out for a different one. I think there's a base game one I'd like to use. This one here, because it has the blue base on it, and I think that's quite nice. Now, I don't really have that much space in this room, so I'm not really sure what else I'm going to add. I think maybe I could add an easel or something like that, because it's handy to have a skill building item in this room. I realized I was going to try and fit a desk in here, but I just didn't have space in the end, so we are going to put in an easel instead. So I finished furnishing the entire house now, so all I have to do now is do the porches and this little kind of shed room over here, and then I'll be finished, and I'll come back to you then. So I've just finished furnishing the porches here. I didn't want to do anything too fancy. I just added a bench here, a patio light, a mat. Around the back I added a couple planters, another mat, and a patio light, a chest table, and in here I just decided to add like a little shelf in, this one here from Eco Lifestyle. I thought fit quite well. Obviously there's nothing in it that's functional, and even if there was, you wouldn't be able to access it because it's just a door in, but I think it looks good just for decoration. Thank you so much for watching today's video of me attempting to do the Lilsimsie chicken shell. I hope you liked it, and if you enjoy build challenges, just let me know and I'd love to do some more. Bye! See you next time!